Unit 7, Lesson Planning. At the conclusion of this unit, you will be able to identify the basic components of an effective lesson plan and state why lesson plans are important for effective instruction. Lesson plans serve as a roadmap in the education process. They not only tell you where you are going, but they also explain how you will get there. Better yet, think of lesson plans as recipes. Have you ever eaten a meal at a restaurant that was out of this world, but when you tried to make it yourself without a recipe, it just didn't turn out the same? But what if you got the secret recipe? Chances are the results would be very different. Much like baking a cake or cooking your favorite dish, lesson plans, 1. Define what you're going to make. 2. List the ingredients needed. 3. Explain how you mix everything together. And 4. Tell you how long it should take to bake or cook. As you learn more about lesson plans and their importance, continue to compare the lesson planning process to baking or cooking. When you're finished, you should be able to follow a simple lesson plan and have a better understanding of why they are truly recipes for success. What is a lesson plan? Lesson plans are detailed outlines of what to teach and how to teach it. They are methods or procedures which divide a course of study into sections. Most often, it's usually written, but may be verbal. It's built using several important parts. Parts of a lesson plan. Each lesson plan should list the purpose, establishes relevance of the lesson and why the training is important. Learning objectives. Defines what the student should know or be able to demonstrate at the conclusion of the training. This is the real focus of the lesson. All that follows is designed to accomplish the stated learning objectives. Basically, this would be the name of what we're baking. Time allotment. The estimated time needed to complete the lesson, or the baking time of our cake. The equipment and materials. An inventory of items needed to effectively conduct the lesson. These are the ingredients of the cake. Teaching methods. A summary of different teaching techniques or activities. An introduction. It sets the stage for the lesson and should also explain why the lesson is important and perhaps how the lesson will flow. Learning activities. Detailed outlines or explanation of how to conduct the lesson. May include recommended questions, use of pertinent teaching aids, or explanation of group activities. These would be the directions explaining how to bake our cake, the real meat of the lesson plan. A summary. The recap of important points brought out in the lesson, and it reaffirms what was just learned. The Pennsylvania Game Commission has developed standardized lesson plans for all agency-sponsored hunter education programs. They are easy-to-follow guides created to assist you in teaching any agency hunter education curriculum. They are designed to meet national standards set for hunter education programs. Hunter Education Policy 3.1 requires that instructors follow these lesson plans to better meet these standards. Therefore, the need for you to develop your own lesson plan is not required. Lesson plan tips. To be effective, you need a lesson plan. Well organized and thoroughly thought out. Don't try to memorize your plan. Make a copy of the plan and keep it in your hand while teaching. Refer to your lesson plan often. Use the Pennsylvania Game Commission developed lesson plans. They work.